So I think it's time for my own little reading experiment. Welcome back to Reading Sprints and Chai Sips. I am your girl Sasha Bonay, and I wanted to do a 48-hour readathon, but then I was thinking, no, I honestly don't have time for that. Today is May 30th. Tomorrow, the lights flicker when there's storms. It's not really a storm right now, but it feels like it's gonna rain. Don't pay it any mind or try not to. But I don't have 48 straight hours to give to a readathon. I just don't. And most of us don't, right? But I do have 36 hours. Tomorrow is May 31st. That's the end of the month. Usually May 31st is when I do my monthly wrap up. I gather up all my books, all my stats, everything that I need to put into a monthly wrap up video. But I still have 2 days, the 30th and the 31st. I can read during those 2 days. I usually don't take off reading because the end of the month is coming. So I said I do have 36 hours. So we're going to do a 36-hour readathon. Now, let me tell you how I do readathons. I'll give you that in a moment. But if you made it this far into the video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share. It does help me over here. Now, I have a lot of audiobooks that just popped up on my Libby. If you know how Libby works, you know it's never a one and done. When one book becomes available and you're like, oh my goodness, finally I get to read my one book, they all become available just for you at the same exact moment. And if you're like me, you become overwhelmed because you have so many options at that moment, right? So during this 36-hour readathon, that's what I'll be working on. A couple of things, right? Clearing my Libby, that's the first thing. 2, just seeing how much I can read without forcing it in 36 hours. 3, I'll be doing regular weekend stuff. So I have laundry to fold, I have dishes to wash, I have videos to record and edit. Because I haven't been posting because I've either been sick, which I'm still fighting my cold. Yeah, but I've either been sick, interning, or sleep, or class. Forgot that one, right? Because I'm going towards the end of my master's degree program. I am swamped. Clients, notes, learning, papers, recordings. I'm doing reading and some social media content as well. I'm swamped. I'm swamped. So all of that, but usually my weekends incorporated with all of the normal things that I do anyway, which is reading, which is cleaning, which is preparing myself for the week to come. I'm also relaxing. I'm also watching YouTube videos. I'm also taking naps, self-care. Okay. I might even go back to the movie theater this weekend. I want to see Obsession, Backrooms, and Passengers. I don't know if it has an S on it. Those 3 movies I want to see. Doesn't mean I'm going to see them all this weekend, but I do want to see those 3 horror movies, and I don't know if I'm going to because, again, I want to be in solitude in my home. Also, I have other videos that I will be recording alongside this one. Go figure, as a booktuber, sometimes you have to batch some content just to make sure you get it out there, right? So that's also what I'll be doing. It's a lot, but can we do it in 36 hours? I believe we can do it in 36 hours. And I believe, and the reason why I'm not doing 48 is because, again, I want to solely by tomorrow evening be focused on just getting myself ready for Monday morning and going back in and focused on that and not focused on any reading at that moment, even though I know I'll get in my car and begin an audiobook. It is what it is. Let's get into the time that we're going to start this. So it's 8:10 right now. If I let you know the books that we're going to read and get into this, we can then stop. 8:10 in the morning, by the way. It's 8:10 a.m. We can then stop at about 8:10 tomorrow evening, which was about the time that I needed to stop. So let's get into the books that I plan to see if I can read during this 36 hours. So the first book is Nowhere Burning by Catriona Ward. I don't know much about this, but it says Nowhere Burning is a harrowing tale of survival that places the dark fairy tale of Peter Pan, which y'all know, or y'all should know, I do love a Peter Pan retelling, and the ruthless dangers of Lord of the Flies into the unforgiving maw of the Colorado Rockies. I am excited to read this. I hope this is as good of a horror as I think it's gonna be. I hope that it is. Next, when I went to Phoenix, Arizona in February for school for my last residency, me and a couple of fellow counselors went into Barnes & Noble and I picked up Your Knife, My Heart by K.M. Moranova. I've never read a book by this author, but I've seen this cover around, so I decided to pick it up. Dark Forces Will Eat You Up, Pretty Girl. It sounds like it's going to be cringy a little bit, and I'm not mad at a cringy book. I just hope that it's fun and not dumb. If you don't know, around these parts, we stand Robert Langdon. I do. I am a sucker for a history book, a history story, a history documentary. I will do it all. And it comes in a book with a little bit of thriller and some mystery mixed in. I'm going to eat it up. So this is the latest in the Robert Langdon series, The Secret of Secrets. And I'm here for it. This book is dense. I don't know if it's the paper that was used, but it is the 6th book in the series. So we're knee deep in it. The latest one, and this is the 6th one in the series, we're knee deep in this shit. This is an author that I own every single one of her books. Every single one. I'm not missing a one yet. Now, am I missing some of the special edition versions? Yes, because I don't really need every single version of a book, but I'm excited to read this one. This is West of Wicked by Nikki St. Crow. It's the first, and I don't know if it's going to be a duology or a trilogy, or even longer, a saga, The Great and Terrible Land. This is a Wizard of Oz retelling, and I'm subscribed to her Substack, so I do know that there is character art that she's released to us and all of that, so I can't wait. I just recently subscribed to Probably Smut Book Club, and this is the first book I got. This is from April's book box, and it is Devney Perry's Shield of Sparrows. Never read a Devney Perry. I know some of you out there love her to death. I've heard some good and some bad things, some cringy things, and it came with tabs and a tabbing system, and I hope I have a good time. As you all know, one of my goals for 2026, and it was for 2025 as well, is to get through my special edition books. I no longer own Fairy Loot or am subscribed to Fairy Loot or any of those other special edition book boxes, Baddies, Illumicrate. I'm not subscribed to those anymore, but I still have some of the books that I need to read. So For She Is Wrath by Emily Varga is one of them, and we'll see. And this is the book that started the thinking process for this video, The Tainted Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett. And it's because I started to read it, and then everything else became available. My phone was just ping, 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 ping. And I said, oh, okay, so now I have several books to choose from. So Robert Jackson Bennett's The Tainted Cup. This has been all over the booktube streets. This is supposed to be a fantasy mystery, and I'm here for that, I think. And this is on my TBR. That's what it is. My 2026 TBR, this was on it. This and part 2. So let's see how this goes. So this is a harrowing TBR for a video, especially for a 36-hour readathon. I don't know, and they're thick books. They're thicker books than I was expecting, but that's fine. We're going to see how many of these, or if I even add anything to this, because I'm just not in the mood for any of these. That can happen as well. But let's get into one of these for this video. So it is 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 41. That's the time. Just put it that way. And the book I've chose to start with is Your Knife, My Heart, K.M. Moranova, and The Dark Forces Will Eat You Up, Pretty Girl. Now I know what that means. This is about a man who is in the Dark Forces. The Dark Forces is a government agency that does not exist. So it is a secret operative agency that no one knows about. They pluck criminals from the prison system, death row, and they give them a chance to earn their freedom, which has never happened. And they do the dirty work of the government. And I'm giving the quotations because I wouldn't be surprised if that isn't actually so. But I mean, for this book purposes. And she comes into play, Emery comes into play because she was an enforcer for her family. She was bred for that. From the time she could learn how to read, she was learning how to kill. And she was in prison for killing 24 people. Her father is the one who gave her up on a plea deal. So she was plucked by the dark forces out of prison. Him, I'm pretty sure happened the same way, but he's also being given drugs that enhance his abilities to run faster, jump higher, do all the things on some Captain America type shit, but without superpowers. You know what I mean? Like, it's not permanent, it's just a pill and he has to be given it, but he always ends up killing his partners. And the dark forces are like, great, we love him to death for doing what he does for us, but we can't keep anyone around because he keeps killing them. So they pluck her out of her prison system and drops him in solitary confinement, because right now he's in solitary confinement because he recently killed a partner of his. And we see that in the prologue, so it's not a spoiler. We see that in the prologue. He was talking to himself in his own head saying, please, we don't need to kill him. We don't need to kill him. And he came back from a mission with his partner's head in his hands. So they put him in solitary confinement until they can like calm his ass down. And they told him, one of his superiors said, if she can survive a night with you in your cell, we will let you back out to continue to work, and she becomes a part of the team. That's where I am. This is going to be fun. In my head, I believe this is going to be fun because we have two killers, okay? He's not the only killer. She's also a killer. The only difference is she's small. You can tell she's small. Look how small. He can position over her. She's tiny. He said so in the book. He said she's so unassuming and tiny. But I think I'm gonna have fun with this. So I'm gonna continue to read this. I just finished some of my breakfast. My eyes were too big for my stomach, as you could see on that plate. There was so much food, but I didn't eat it. I ate one bagel and a little piece of that, and I'm full. I drank my coffee, and now I'm just drinking my water. I'm gonna make a medicine ball later. I don't know how to make a medicine ball, but I'm gonna figure it out because I feel like I went through, not this week that just passed, but the week prior, I went through the worst sickness I think I've not ever had. That would be pushing it, but the worst sickness I've had in a very long time, since February when I came back from Phoenix, Arizona, because then I got really sick. I always get sick when I get off of airplanes because airplanes are disgusting. And no matter how much I clean my hands, I sanitize, whatever, you're breathing in recycled air of other people's breath and germs. But after I got sick then, I haven't really been too sick after that. But this one took me for a loop, and I didn't have regular sickness symptoms. Now I have a regular cold. After getting so bogged down with an actual sickness that I don't know what the fuck that was called, now I'm just going through an actual cold. This is the remnants of my sickness. Figure out how to make a medicine ball, and I think before I go to bed tomorrow night, I will have figured it out and made one. I am about to go grab the laundry, and I'll sit here while I'm in the living room, and I'm sitting on the floor because I don't know, the hard surface helps my back not feel so janky and so jacked up. I'm just a little bit broken. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna grab some laundry, possibly see what else is on YouTube, because I just watched a video on the Kevin Hart roast. I'm not going to watch the Kevin Hart roast. Mind you, I never was. I stopped being a Kevin Hart fan. I didn't expect anything more from him. I did expect this, and this was less, so. To bring one, and to Lighthouse is the one that is the highest on the list, so I think I'm gonna try this one. There are 2 pages for something else. I feel like it's probably something I need to write down. First one is the travel time. That's gonna work, and then how it's done. But basically, I just want to have time to read and like that, so I'm probably gonna keep the quick scans going. I challenge you to read like high school books or something, because that's probably where we're at. So yeah, just doing through it. I think we have to make choices. Realistically, I might not have time to read all 5, but I think this is gonna be the TBR to start with, so I'm excited. I have finished Your Knife, My Heart, and I'm going to give this 4 stars. I love a book or series where everyone is deplorable, where everyone is a killer, a murderer, an assassin, because no one has the upper ground or the upper ground on anyone else. I love those kind of stories. They're fun. The romance is undeniable, but also nonsensical. You know what I mean? Like, why are we doing this? We don't have time to be having sex when we're worried about our lives. That kind of stuff. I'm gonna give this a 4 star. But that's our first book down. And I'm saying we like you're reading with me, but I do feel like you're here with me right now. Yeah, I folded my laundry. I dried any clothes that needed to be dried and folded those as well. Ate breakfast, ate lunch, watched some YouTube videos, but not many. And now we have been reading for 5 hours and 54 minutes. So we have 31 hours left in this 36-hour readathon and 1 book down. I don't know what our next book is going to be. Maybe Shield of Sparrows or West of Wicked. I'm thinking one of those. I'm in the mood for nonsensical. That's what it is. Maybe Nowhere Burning. I think Nowhere Burning, because it's horror, it'll go from romance to horror, and then I can then go to romantasy. That might be the kicker, so that I don't burn myself out in these 36 hours. I'll see you when I'm reading my next book. So the next book I've chosen is Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry. I'm 10% in. It's fine. I'm having a good time so far, but it's nothing new, nothing special. It is fantasy. Now, is it romantasy? I'm guessing because it came from probably smut. But let me tell you what this one is about. You have Odessa, who is she's the first oldest to the king of, they're from Quintus, which is Roslo Kingdom. I don't know what it's called, but that's where they're from. Tura is where they were trying to get into. So the story is basically that the king of Roslo is Odessa's father. So she is a princess. However, she is the eldest. Her mom died when she was little, the queen. And so he married the mom's servant. They had 2 children together. So the second princess and her younger brother, who is still very young, like 8. He said Odessa wasn't meant for what he needed, so he prepped his second daughter. So she's been training all her life to become a queen of Tura. They invite the Turans in for whatever reason. There was something that they never knew of, I'm guessing. So it was like they had to kill 7 mythical creatures in order to ask for a bride price. And they did that, which it was supposed to be like something that no one was ever able to do. Like 7 different mythical creatures, not just 7 of the same mythical creature. 7 different mythical creatures, and they all had to be female. So the Turans did that. And no one has ever been able to do that, or even thought it was possible, or that it was a real thing. So the Turans did that, and the bride price they asked for was Odessa, who was not supposed to be the bride of the prince of Tura, or the king of Tura, rather. He asked for Odessa. Everybody in the room was like, what? That's not what we wanted. When they leave, Odessa's father tells her, your sister has been training since she was a child to be a spy for us in the kingdom of Tura, because no one outside of Tura knows what Tura is, what it has, anything, and we want in. Odessa's younger sister loves her, but she's angry because she's been prepped all her life for this, and now it's been taken away, and she wanted to be a queen. Odessa's like, you could be queen. I don't want to be queen. I just want, basically, out of here, because she's kind of like, even though she was paid no attention for her life after her mom passed, she can't do anything. She can't leave without guards, and she has to wear drab gray so that she blends into the background while her sister is pushed forward. So she doesn't even know how to talk to people or have normal conversations. Plus, she was supposed to be marrying her father's guard baron, I think his name is, who was about 10 years older than her. They do not have a relationship, but she was fine with that because he already had a woman that he was sleeping with in the city, and it's just like a marriage of not convenience but an arranged marriage. So she was fine with that because she's like, whatever, that woman can do the things I don't want to do with him, we're fine. Only to find out that that has ended and now she has to marry the prince/king of Tura. But I am suspecting that the man that she just married, if he is the prince, because the Guardian was laughing so hard when they got married, and she was like, "Why are you laughing?" And in her head, she's like, "I'm gonna kill him first, even though I don't know how to fight, how to do anything, how to be a spy, and this has been dropped on me right now. I'm gonna kill him first." But also, I love the way Odessa's, she's speaking in her head, and she's like, "My sister and I have no say in this. We can't say no, that's not what we want. We have no say. We can't do anything. These men are talking about us as if we were literal objects, like, can I borrow a pen kind of situation." So this is interesting. It's not bad. I am entertained so far. I don't really have anything else to do for the day, and if I do, I don't want to do them. So I am going to watch some TV for a little while, and then I'll get back into this. Let me show you where we are in time. So 7 hours and 22 minutes. I hope you can see that. So in 7 hours and 22 minutes, I've managed to finish one book and get 10% into the next one. And like I said, it'll probably be a while before I come back. I'm going to try to get at least 50% of this in today for the rest of today. If it's good, then I'll continue to read it tonight. But right now, I just want to chill. There's nothing else that I really need to do or want to do. And I kind of want to take a nap. Like I said, I've been ripping and running all week with my internship. I really just want to take a nap, nothing else. So I'm gonna lay down and possibly watch From. Let me know down in the comments what shows you're currently watching. I'm not saying I'm gonna watch them, but I would like to know, because right now I'm watching From, the newest season, and I'm enjoying it, but I'm taking my time. But yeah, that's the only show that I'm really watching. I was continuing to watch Lucifer, which I need to jump back into, but I had taken a break so that I can watch From. But other than that, I'm just gonna lay down, possibly watch some YouTube, possibly watch another episode of From, take a nap, and pick up reading a little later. So I am a little shy of 30% in Shield of Sparrows because I took a great nap. I showed you my quesadillas. I have some lemonade and some water, and I am, let's find the timer, 12 hours in to a 36-hour readathon. And tomorrow morning, I'm going to a matinee showing of Obsession, I think it is. Passenger? Obsession, one of those. I think it's Passenger, and I can't wait. I am a horror girly. I love horror movies, so that's what I'm going to see. I think it starts at like 9:50. I like matinees because I have social anxiety, and the easiest way to get me to leave a place is for it to be rowdy, for it to be full of people, for the noise level to be at capacity. I'll get irritated, my brain starts firing, I start sweating, I start getting hot, and I start shutting down. So I like matinees or last showings, but I don't drive at night anymore. It's a long story. But yeah, so we're going to the matinee tomorrow to see that, and I'm excited about that. Yeah, I've just really been chilling today. I am about to find something to watch while I eat my quesadillas and drink my lemonade. I do not think I'll be able to finish this book today, but I want to get at least, let's say 50%, at least 50% in before I go to bed. That's the goal. But I think I'm also going to trade this book for something that's a little shorter once I get to 50%. But at the end of this, I'll be able to tell you how many pages I've read and how many books I've finished. Those are my two goals. How many pages read and how many books I've actually finished in 36 hours. Because again, after we end this at, I don't know, the 36-hour mark, whatever that is, I'll be able to just focus on getting things ready for Monday, for going back to internship and earning these hours for this degree. That's another thing. I am getting my master's degree in clinical mental health counseling, and I didn't know it would be this strenuous because I have to have 700 hours working in the field as a clinical mental health counselor in order to graduate. And getting said hours, it's not difficult per se, like just getting the hours is not difficult. It's the mental toll, the mental anguish. Many people have regular jobs, children, families, responsibilities, And on top of that, also getting 700 hours before graduation and passing one exam to graduate and the other one to be a licensed, hear me when I say, a licensed clinical mental health counselor. I have my book by my nightstand, my cards that I study with off to the left. They're on my bench over there, my color coded bench. And I spoke to someone at my internship where I intern and counsel, and she was like, "Oh, I still have my cards that I used to study. If you want them, I'll bring them." And I said, "Absolutely, bring the cards." I love a friendly work environment, one that promotes helping, togetherness, and all. I love that. And she's also the same person who gave me some play therapy magazines to look through, which I did. I took notes. I still have some of her Counseling Today magazines. I'm not going to show you hers because it has her name on it. I signed up for my own, so now I get my own Counseling Today magazines so I can keep up on what's going on in the counseling world. I need to get Psychology Today so that I can keep up with, some journals and things like that. She's been so helpful, and we talk when we don't talk all the time, but we do hold conversation with each other, and I do actually like her. And she was also an intern at the place where I interned at before she became a full-time counselor there. That gives me hope, when you see someone in the field that you want to be in and you're working towards it, seeing them in that position gives you hope. So she gives me hope. I like her. I still have to study for my NCE. If November is when I'm supposed to be finished with all classwork, all hours, obtaining all of my hours, I would like to start studying for the NCE full-heartedly in it, maybe around August. I'm going on and on and on and on. But yeah, I'm just about to watch something and relax. My nose is stuffy. My quesadillas have cooled down enough. That's really what I was waiting for my quesadillas to cool down. But now that they're cool, I'm going to eat and I'm going to watch TV, and then I'm going to jump back into reading. So I'm back downstairs. Nowhere Burning is a flop. It's a flop. And I gave it more pages than I usually would because I love me a Peter Pan story. But I gave this 99 good pages of my time, and it's a flop. So it's a DNF. It is a DNF. So we have one finished book so far, half of Shields and Sparrows or whatever, the Daphne Perry book, half of that, which I am actually enjoying. So I could see it right now getting like a 4. Halfway through, I would give it a 4. So I'm going to continue reading that one. But I'm glad that I stopped, even though a book is not a hit. I'm glad that I attempted to read it. And I looked at the category for this on Goodreads. Like the first category that was put under this book is horror. 99 pages in, no. Not for me, not my kind of horror. And me being a Peter Pan fan, it gives the Peter Pan aspect a little bit. Instead of Neverland, it's Nowhere, and that's why it's called Nowhere Burning. But I was bored. So 99 pages, and that's how far I got, and that's done. So I'm about to go lay down. I done brushed my teeth. I did everything I needed to do in order to get my behind in the bed because, again, I'm waking up early to go to the matinee. But I wanted to pick another book before. I don't know why the lights are doing it. They've never gone in and out like that much, and it's freaking me out. But we're gonna act like that's not happening above my head, and we're gonna pick another book. So The Tainted Cup, which I've only read one chapter, I think, or one piece of a chapter, like a part of of the first chapter for She Is Wrath. But since I'm already reading romantasy, fantasy, whatever it is, I don't want to actually pick up a fantasy. So thinking maybe this one. But like I said, we've finished one book, we got halfway through another, and we DNF'd another. All we need is one more book. I don't know if I can finish this though in the next couple of hours. Let's check the timer and see how many hours are in our 36-hour readathon. Let's see. And I'm holding it because I left every tripod upstairs. The timer, we're 17 hours into 36. So In another like hour, we're halfway there. I'm excited. I've been waiting for this. I've picked the next book that I'm gonna attempt to read. I'm not gonna do anything with this now. It'll be tomorrow. Dan Brown's chapters are usually really short. Like chapter 1 can have like 3 pages in it. So let me see. Yep, prologue is about 4 pages. Chapter 1, let's see if I'm turning to, and that was another thing about Nowhere Burning. Here go, my mind can't keep on track, but the chapters are like 40 pages long each. So I only made it, I read 5 chapters. That's 99 pages, 98 pages, 5 chapters, 98 pages. So it's a no for me, dog. It's a no. And I was bored. I wasn't like, ooh, what that mean? What does, it was nothing for me. Robert Langdon, I know there's just gonna be religious stuff, different countries, different continents, and Robert Langdon doing iconic shit. So yeah, so I'm gonna try this one. But I'm gonna tell you this, if I feel a little bored, because Robert Langdon is, sometimes it can be really slow. It can bog you down with facts a lot. The only other book that I think I would be is this one, West of Wicked, because like I said, I own every one of Nikki St. Crow's books and she never lets me down. So these are the 2 that I think are the only other books that I'll be potentially reading for this video. We're halfway there. I'm tired. I'm going upstairs. I done took all of the medication I have to take. I take medication daily for all types of things, my asthma included. Tomorrow while I'm out, I think I'm going to stop and get some more cold medicine. But right now, I'm going to make me a hot cup of tea and then we can lay it on down for the night because I'm tired. And it's 1:48 a.m. and it took me this long because I took a nap and I'm okay with that. I needed that nap. If you don't take anything from this portion of the video, be kind to yourself and lay down. Take a nap if you want a nap. Let's go make some tea. That's our time right now.
Make it interactive.
just getting back. It's 1:14. The movie, I believe, started at 9:25, and after we went to see The Passenger, we then went to Five Below and had a time. But this is where we are with the timer right now, and that means we have about 6 hours. And for me, that just means that I am going to eat because I got some Burger King. I have a small Sprite. I got an Impossible Whopper, and I'm pretty sure I didn't say no pickles, so I'm gonna have to pick my pickles off. And then I have this person staring at me. Hello, perfect. He's like, get me off the camera. I'm gonna eat my lunch. It's also gonna be my first meal of the day, and finish or get further into Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry. I believe I'm about 63% in. Yeah, 65% in. So only have 35% to go. I think I can do that in 6 hours. We'll see. I did read a chapter, just one, from West of Wicked, and it is Auntie M and her husband taking care of Dorothy. Someone dropped Dorothy off with Auntie M, and we don't know who she is, but I'm guessing it's either the Wicked Witch of the East or whoever, of the West. The Wicked Witch of the West that drops her off with Auntie M and her husband, and they never wanted kids, but they treat her well. But because she's she's damaged from being dropped off when she was old enough to understand that she was being left. So she doesn't know how to love Auntie M and her husband, and they wish that she would, but they're okay knowing that she's working through some things. So that's going to be a good read when I actually do get into the weeds of that. This one, I just read the prologue, I think it was, or was it chapter 1? I think it was just the prologue. It might have been chapter 1. I don't know. It was fairly short. No, it was the prologue. And it was a lady having an outer body experience while someone was trying to kill her to learn about the secrets. What secrets? We don't know. And this is how Robert Langdon books always start. You get the prologue, then chapter 1 starts with our good old professor possibly teaching a lecture. I haven't gotten there yet. And him getting a call or a letter or email or of some sort, some communication, letting him know something has happened and they need his help. So I'm intrigued. But yeah, I'm going to eat. I'm going to watch something while I'm eating. And then I'm going to dive back into Devney Perry so that can be another book that we check off the list. But also I want to do a Five Below haul because I have never been to Five Below and this will be my first time going, and I had a blast. I had a blast. We'll get into the weeds of that after I eat. I have just finished my in tandem read of Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry, and I will say I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this a lot. And I've heard a lot of different things about Devney Perry's writing when it comes to romance. Maybe we should try her fantasy instead because this was good. I think I'm going to give this maybe a 4.5. It was really, really good. I figured out one of the twists. Excuse me. I figured out one of the twists in the very, very beginning of the book, so that wasn't a surprise for me. But I do recommend Shield of Sparrows. This was really good. And I understand why her hair is this color on this side and that color on the other side. I know what that is. I love this. And I kept having to check the map every time they mention a new place because I'm like, where is that in contrast to where we are or where we going, where we've been? I enjoyed this. I really, really did. That's 2 books finished, 1 DNF'd. That's 3 books. We have 4 hours. It'll be 3 hours in about 6 minutes. So that's the time right now. So let me show you what I got from Five Below. And like I said, I don't think I've ever really been to a Five Below, but we have one now. I got a bunch of snacks and stuff, but let me show you what I got. I love chewy candy, soft, chewy, or gummy candy. So I got me some high chews. I got me some cheddar fries. I used to eat these when I was younger. Love. I'm not a big chocolate fan, but when it comes to certain chocolates, yes, and Almond Joys are one of my favorites. Mini Starburst. Turtles. I bought me some more hair ties. I do like these fabric long ones. Yeah, so I bought me some more hair ties. I needed those. I bought me a tumbler accessory kit, but I bought a lot of different tumbler accessory kits. But purple is my favorite color if you haven't figured that out. Purple is my favorite color. The phone. Purple is my favorite color, and it's not a certain kind of purple, but this does match with my tumbler, so I thought this was cute. I bought me a night owl face mask that I am planning on putting on tonight. So there's that. I've only had Biscoff cookies in the airport or on an airplane. So I bought me some Biscoff. I can crumble these into something or eat them. I don't know. Filled sour gummies, wild raspberries. Never had them. I also used to eat these when I was younger. I do buy nostalgic things, food, accessories, whatever they are, but Boston baked beans used to be my ish when I was younger. These straw toppers, they're just mini tumblers. Look at those. They're so freaking adorable. So we have that. I bought some peanut chews, again, from when I was younger. I used to love those. And then I bought these 3 peelers. I already ate this one. But peelers, I don't peel them, which is crazy. I just eat them whole. Like, I chew them. I put them in my mouth and I chew them. I don't need to peel them because I'm not a child, but I do like the way these taste and how soft they are. I also bought this thick drip lip gloss. What color is this? I have no idea. But the color from inside the tube was cute, so I got that. Also, I got this tumbler accessory kit, being that my name is Sasha Bonay, that S there. I just thought this was the cutest. It comes with 2 straw toppers, and these you get to put on the actual tumbler, kind of like this. That was cute. You can get, I think it was 10 pieces of candy for $1.50, and I decided to get some Tutti Fruttis, the 2 flavors that they had. So I got 20 of those, and then the hydration snack topper tray. This for your tumbler. Now, if you don't watch Nikki Clean Talk, you probably have never seen this, or you probably have on someone else's stuff. But I've seen this on Nikki Clean Talk, and I watched that woman. So when I seen this, I was like, "Oh, I want one." So I got it. And that's my Five Below haul. I think, yep, that's it. That's all the stuff that I got from Five Below. Yeah. So I went to go see The Passenger. Now, let me tell you about this. If I was rating The Passenger as a book out of 5 stars, I would give it a solid 4. As a horror movie, a solid 4. The kills, the jump scares, the lore, it was good. I enjoyed it. It was good. I don't know if I said this before, but Is God Is, I would give it a 2. And the 2 would be because of the casting, the cinematography, the dialogue. Certain things were there, but the concept wasn't. I walked away thinking I knew what the movie was, but not knowing exactly. And my daughter said to me when we were watching it, "Doesn't it seem like the dialogue of a the dialogue of a play?" And I thought about it. Yeah, kind of, maybe. And then when the credits rolled, it said it was adapted from a play. And I understand that the play has a different ending than the movie. That's neither here nor there, but it's a no from me on Is God Is. But I won't say don't go see it. I just didn't like it. But The Passenger, I absolutely did. And I think next week I'm going to go see Obsession. I hope that it's still in theaters by next week or sometime this week. In the first week of June, I'm going to see it. I hope it's still in the movie theater. I would have gone to see Backrooms, but I'm not as in a rush to go see that as I am with Obsession because that's a movie that I want to go see. So that's the one that's next. Other than that, I have some clothes in the washer. And I was just saying today, I didn't realize that I wore so many clothes, but I am leaving the house more. I am interning. I'm doing all the things that I said I wanted to do. So, of course, that's where we are. So yeah, I'm doing a load of laundry. I have 3 loads of laundry to do. So I'm gonna do that and washing my bedding and stuff. I could start this while I'm waiting for the clothes to dry before I put my next load of laundry into the dryer and into the washer. So I could start this because we have 3 hours. Let's start it. Even if I don't finish, let's just start it. So I have officially finished West of Wicked by Nikki St. Crow. I'm going to give this one like a 3.5. It moved really fast and there kind of was no weight to any of these characters, but I am interested in book 2. And the audiobook has Shane East, who is one of my favorite narrators on the male side, one of them, like 5 other narrators. So check it out if you like a ensemble, a cast of characters and narrators. So I finished that. We are just shy of the 36-hour mark, so in 2 minutes. So let's see if I can wrap this up in 2 minutes, and then we'll click that 36. But yeah, so for this video, it's a wrap. Like I said, we finished West of Wicked, and I'll have on the screen how many pages, and we'll count up the pages. So West of Wicked completed. Your Knife, My Back by K.M. Moranova completed. Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry also completed. And we have Nowhere Burning by Catriona Ward DNF'd. And let me know down in the comments if you actually liked this book and what you thought about it, if you finished it, because I'm not going to look it up, so I'm not going to know. But just let me know. Yeah. So that is 3 books completed, 1 book DNF'd at 100 pages. So I have officially read this many pages in 36 hours while going to the movies, going to Five Below, taking naps, which is a form of self-care, watching TV, just doing laundry, doing my everyday things. And we have officially finished 36 hours. I've never done a readathon, and this one was the one where I didn't cut the time no matter what I had to do, and even if I was reading, sleeping, or not. And I enjoyed myself, but this is also to let you guys know that you can read. But boom, 36. Let's stop it. We have officially made it to 36 hours, and that's the end. Like I said, this is to let you know how much I can actually read in a weekend without actually forcing myself to read, without stopping the timer and just counting the time that I'm reading. I enjoyed it. I had fun because, again, it wasn't a don't go to sleep readathon. So I had fun. So let me know if you like these kind of videos. If you made it this far into the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will definitely see you in the next one. Bye.